In Ghost Recon Breakpoint, you're going to be fighting the hardest enemy yet within this franchise. So let's get straight into it. So I'm going to be going over lower tiered enemies and higher tiered enemies within Ghost Recon Breakpoint, which is coming to us in October. The higher tiered enemies includes the wolves, and the lower tiered enemies just includes enemies scattered across the world. So if you didn't know, the wolves is an enemy faction in which is a huge group of previous ghosts who have kind of separated themselves from the ghosts, though they did get trained by the ghosts, and therefore they have all the skills and traits in which Nomad has and all the other ghosts in which you'll see within Ghost Recon Breakpoint, and even in the first one, Ghost Recon Wildlands. As John Berthel said within the E3 conference, the wolves are the hardest enemies so far within the franchise, therefore I have a lot to cover right now. There are multiple enemy archetypes within Ghost Recon Breakpoint, such as the riflemen, breachers, heavies, people with rocket launchers, people with shotguns who run after you, the multiple drones within it. So let's just get straight into it. As I said, we have enemies with rocket launchers, and therefore you need to be careful in regards to the injury system within the game. I have talked about this in previous videos about the injury system and how you can get hurt pretty easily within this game, and considering there is a system where you have to heal yourself and you have to be able to get resources and supplies in order to survive, these enemies with rocket launchers are going to be dealing quite a lot of damage to you, and therefore you have to be careful around these. You can't shoot the backpacks as that acts as a weak point for this soldier. You have to be tactical with them. As I also said, we also have enemies with shotguns. These actually rush towards you and uses flash grenades in order to blind you before they actually come and kill you. There is also the heavy, which is the most favourite enemy within this game for the devs. These are big guys like the ones in Division 2, and they are extremely strong. One shot to the face though will kill them straight away, though this is quite hard. Shooting armour will not do anything, as again with the rocket launchers, the heavy actually has a weak point on its backpack, but as I said, shooting the armour won't deal any damage, and it's going to be very, very hard to get that headshot because there is armour right around it. Of course, I also mentioned previously, there are riflemen. These are like snipers, you know, they can shoot you at any point. They'll be within the stronghold across the Aurora map. Just like in Wildlands, they were a bit of a pain because they were spotting you left, right and centre, and you need to kind of go around this. These types of enemies will be patrolling around Aurora, and therefore you need to be careful because there might be an enemy right around the corner. The wolves do exactly the same as this, and this is really, really bad because the wolves are classed as high-tiered enemies. The wolves also have drones, and even heavier drones. These are high-powered, and they can shoot you with the multiple weapons in which they have. That's really all for this video. I hope you have enjoyed. Do subscribe if you haven't already, like if you haven't already, and I shall see you next video. Thank you very much.